All right, so right here I have a small 25 keyboard from Donner. This keyboard is actually very, very lightweight and very easy to hook up to my MPC Live Mark II. I just have it connected via USB, and the back of this keyboard is USB-C. As you can see, I just have it right here, hook it up to this USB-C, hook it up, and it turns on. And I'm ready to start using it. Now, it's kind of funny I mention it like that because when it comes down to MIDI connections or hooking up other keyboards, I'm so lost with that side. I enjoy when I just connect something to, especially my MPC, and it just starts working. Second thing I want to mention is I am not no pianist, so when it comes down to playing piano, I'm not going to be playing like this, like if I know what I'm doing. Most likely, I'm probably going to be hitting the keys like this and trying to figure out a cool sounding beat and recording it like that. Now, for a while, I've been looking for a keyboard to hook up to my MPC. I actually have another 25 keyboard that I have that's collecting dust. It's just so big. It's the Axiom Pro. A lot of people probably remember that piano. It's a huge... It's bigger than my MPC. Just too big. And I see all these other pianos and I'm like, oh man, they got all these different connections with MIDI and CV where I'm like, I don't really need all that stuff. Now, this small Donner 25 keyboard is very lightweight. Do not expect weighted keys right here or some premium quality box. This is actually the type of keyboard that I would want to use because, again, I'm not no professional pianist. I'm just someone that wants to make beats and come up with ideas or chords as I'm putting it in top of my beats or putting it in top of a drum break that I have right here on my MPC. Now, I've never really thought about a keyboard. I've never really put my thought on it because I have these pads which work awesome. But ever since Akai released their new plug-in instruments, then I started kind of wanting to have some type of keyboard because, again, I can play my pianos through the pads, which is fine, but I feel like I can probably get a little more creative if I had some chords that I can press, kind of like right here that I have. Actually, I have this session right here. It's just some drums that I have laid out, simple drums. And then in track 2, I actually called up a plug-in instrument. I actually have this tube synth preset. It's Rich Swell. So now I can actually... Oh, that sounds really nice. Now, if I hit play, oh, that's nice. Now, I could not do that with the pads. I have the pads set up to single note, and there is a chromatic mode where it can actually play certain chords, but it's set up to what the MPC has. Now, right here, again, I'm not a professional piano player or pianist, but I could do this. That sounds pretty soothing. And I would not come up with these rough ideas just hitting pads. As a matter of fact, let's actually lay that down right here on the grid. Okay, so I have something right there. And another thing to mention, this thing right here has pads. These pads actually feel really nice. I'm not going to really be using these pads because I have my MPC right here, but if you're going to use this in Ableton or Reason or anything like that, you have these pads, and you can also have these faders right here that you could automate it to whatever you want in your DAW if you want to go ahead and link these up to a certain key map on your DAW. Also, you got this pitch wheel right here. Oh, snaps, look, now. What is this, modulation? Oh, that is so cool. Now, I'm sorry, I'm nerding out right now, but that's the thing. You see, I'm not no professional pianist, but having these little features makes me at least look like or sound like I know what I'm doing. But let's keep moving right here. We got these pads right here. Let's go to track number 3. As a matter of fact, you know what? As we're building this beat, let's see how many tracks of plug-in instruments we could lay down on the MPC without this thing bugging on us. I've probably used up to 3 to 4 plug-in instruments on the MPC without it breaking apart on me. So let's see how much it can handle. Maybe right now we can add like a bass line. Of course, I'm going to go to mini D. And you also have your octaves right here, plus and minus. that's nice. All right. So that's going to be our bass, and maybe, I don't know, we'll go into hype. Actually, hype is really, it's such a cool plug-in instrument. Again, guys, this is my first time using a keyboard with the MPC with the plug-in instrument. I know I mentioned this earlier, but you guys are probably noticing how I'm playing the piano. I'm so scared and shaky because this is new to me. But what my focus is not the way I'm playing the piano here, is the ideas that I'm coming up with that's different from me just hitting pads. I feel like this is tapping into a different side of my creativity, being able to use an actual piano right here that I can use certain chords. Again, I don't know what keys I'm hitting. It just, whatever feels and sounds good to me. Oh, let's go ahead and lay that down. And maybe we could even push it to a track number 5, add one more plug-in instrument. Whew. Oh, snaps. There you go. All right, so this right here is definitely not something that I'm used to. We have, 4 plug-in instruments, and my session's running smooth. I don't have plugins right now or anything like that. But what I will do is in my master plugin, I'm going to add my cassette simulator with Air Flavor Pro. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna stop right here. I'm used to sampling off of records and getting pieces of different songs, chopping them up, reorganizing them. And when it comes down to using a piano and not using samples, just building my own tracks, that's a challenge for me. It could be different for other people. For other people, they might be challenging to sample, and what do I do with the sample? It's opposite for me. But something that I enjoy doing is just getting out of my comfort zone and trying different things out. Just working out my creative side, not really forcing myself to create something that I don't want to do. I actually want to do this, but this is actually opening up new areas that I have not yet explored as much. My goal with this is being able to incorporate obviously my sample-based production and bringing in some melodies on top of some of the sample chops that I'm doing. Again, I have been doing that. I'm using the pads. Lately, I've been using the pads, which is fine. I love using the pads. I'm comfortable with that. But I feel like one thing that I cannot replicate is being able to come up with these chords. You know, like I can't do that with the pads. I feel like the pads, I'm just kind of doing leads or bass lines. It's perfect with the pads. But when it comes down to these chord progressions, look at me, I'm over here sounding like a musician now. I cannot do that with those pads. So this is actually perfect. Again, for someone like me that's not no professional pianist, this will do right here. If you guys want to go ahead and check this out, I will leave a link down in the description. If you want more information, go ahead and check that out. Again, guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me. I had a lot of fun putting this beat together. I hope you have a blessed day. I'll catch y'all on our next video. Peace.